The most powerful PVM event thus far has just dropped. Let's talk about it, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. It's been a while since the last PVM event or PVM week, and in this week's update we have the best one yet. Thok's smashing buffs. Thok is located in the PVM hub, and upon talking to him and going through the dialogue options, you unlock the Overload Cauldron. Yes, that's right, the Elder Overload Golems are back in the form of cauldrons, and upon clicking them, you'll receive an hour-long Elder Overload buff, or better if you have 107 Herblore, because in that case, you'll get an hour-long Elder Overload Salve buff. I say this every time we have one of these events, but this is the perfect time to be doing bosses such as Elite Dungeons and Thok. Throughout the event there will be no death cost, which means you'll no longer need to spend a lot of money upon dying. This is more so relevant if you're not using the Necromancy combat style, because Necromancy related deaths are fairly cheap. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe we've ever had a PVM event where your Sign of Life cooldown would be refreshed upon entering a safe area such as a bank. This is huge because not only are your deaths free, but you will not need to spend any marks of war on refreshing your Sign of Life every time that procs during PVM, which is just nom. Very nice. The event also features tier 4 luck, which means you're going to have a higher chance, albeit a small one, at rare drops without needing to use a Luck of the Dwarves as a switch before the end of the kill. You'll also be able to choose any Soul Reaper task you want from death, and on top of that, if you're a normal Mainscape account, you also gain double the amount of Reaper points per completed task, which is going to be amazing for Hydrix farming. Seriously, this event is looking amazing, but wait, there's even more. Whenever you try to get yourself a Slayer task, you'll have the choice between two different tasks without needing to spend or have Slayer VIP tickets. And perhaps the best buff of them all is that you're able to infinitely use your combat auras as they reset instantly, meaning infinite aura buffs, no need to extend them with Visvax, and not needing to reset them using aura resets. Wow, this is the best PVM event we've ever had. This is the best time to be PVMing. Literally any buff you could want is in the game right now. By the way, for some reason the dedicated Slayer aura isn't classified as a combat aura and does actually go on cooldown, so if you were planning on using that, which I don't think many people will, just keep that in mind. It's bugged. This week doesn't feature any patches, but we do have more information and visuals on the Gamejam projects that are being worked on. Firstly, Mod Stu is working on lowering the amount of requirements around 40 quests have, as indicated by this large list that I pulled from his Discord notes. I'll be leaving a link to the Discord message in the description below. Additionally, he's also working on updating certain objects in quests and adding dialogue replayability to some other quests. Mod Fao has been cooking up a concept for a new movement ability called Spirit Stab that's supposed to be a reward from a future quest. The ability will allow you to teleport to a different location that's 15 tiles away from you. For context, the Surge and Dive abilities only have 10 tiles of range, so this would be 50% further. Mod Alex and Mod Black Witch have more screenshots to share from their Kandering graphical rework project, and it just looks amazing. Based on their track records, it's safe to assume that this is guaranteed to come into the game in the near future. I really like that these mountains are actually going to feel like proper mountains after this graphical update. Mod Barker has been creating some updated concepts for some of the oldest models currently in the game, including the Wallasalki, Roknar, and whatever this thing is. As a side note, I kind of hope that the Frog Eel is actually updated, the model I mean, not just the concept, and then turned into a pet. I want it. Now, there are more Gamejam projects being worked on, but we have not seen many more visual updates thus far. The latest news post does highlight a project we have seen some visuals of before, being the 4th Rex Matriarch boss for the Necromancy combat style. Hoping that one makes it out of Gamejam. But with that being said, that's all for this week's RuneScape news. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.